I'm literally seeing the liquid in my eyeball like create these shapes.
Like floaters when you're like outside, you
Kind
see
of,
those little
kind of,
like
but like
dots. Yeah.
inside the eye, like I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
something bounce directly off the back of my retina or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, until everything started to like solidify, and I started to see, um, I started to see like very like solid lines, like rectangle shapes, and then they kind of they didn't grow. It's like that opacity thing, like that slider was moved, and they became more into what came more into focus. Sorry, was the rest of the shape, which is, and now there's a layer of stuff that's like floating like an ocean, and then there's a layer of stuff that's like descending, and it's almost like maybe this is what Danny's talking about. I'd be curious to get his thoughts, but it's like when you focus on a different plane uh, at a different depth, you see the solid structures are behind all that, and they're like they look like big, large, solid structures. Like I'm looking into the void at like two skyscrapers and a V, like kind of a pointy top, that come together in that kind of shape, almost like an obelisk, but it's only got but only the outline of one. Not it's not solid in the middle.
Okay.
And and what I then noticed, and it kind of just made my heart race a little bit, was that those shapes were made up of code. Those shapes had descending pixels, and those pixels were tiny, but they were characters. It looked like characters. It looked like characters. It looked like characters.
Like the Japanese, what is it? The kata or no? The what's that
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
language?
not quite.
Katakana. That's what it is. That's what everyone says that it looks like, but I don't know. I've heard. Um,
Um,
do you know what I'm
yeah.
referring to?
Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ro. Oh man, I'm not. I'm going to take a little more and try again, but I think I no, I don't think I saw this. I saw the characters, man. I saw that code. That code's in there. It's really deep in there. Like it
It's
feels
crazy.
deep.
It's crazy because it feels like, from my perspective, that you're like you're getting closer to it.
Yeah.
Like every time you go back in and you're looking at it, like you're learning more, and like you're eventually going to be able to see it even more clearly. Can you see my screen though? Like, do you see
Yeah.
like that's what people
Yeah.
say?
Okay. So actually, you know how I described the obelisk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see the image you've got open in the middle? You've got the two lines that kind of converge near the top.
This one or this one?
No, the one you were in a moment ago. I could actually just kind of draw it. Should I?
Yeah.
I'll just draw this.
Stop sharing.
It was. I saw it something similar. It was just. It was just kind of that shape.
Mm-hmm.
So two lines that slowly came together. Then there was a gap, and then there was a point like this,
Okay. Yep.
and nothing in the middle. I could just see through it.
Okay.
And but that shape is what I zoomed in on. I focused on, and it was that shape that was made up of pixels, and the pixels were code. The pixels were characters, and I don't think. Yeah, that's how I would explain it.
The pixels. So, is it really like the size of like a pixel? Like that tiny?
It
You know?
it feels like I'm looking at it from far away,
Hmm.
So from my perspective, it's tiny, but as you focus on it, it feels like they're kind of bigger.
Okay.
Feels like you're kind of, it feels like you're not necessarily focusing, like changing your depth of focus. You're actually moving yourself to be closer to it. That's what it kind of feels like, which is probably where the DMT is coming in. It's allowing you to maybe
Like
move
go
through it.
forward. Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Crazy.
a little more and
Yeah. Do it up. This is I've never seen anyone on YouTube do what we're doing right now. Just a sober guy and a guy on DMT looking at a laser. That's pretty pretty crazy shit.
yeah, I can immediately see the code. Okay, now I can see kind of the islands, man. Like the shapes, the water is flowing. And
And
there's like islands there.
it's like a top down
It's like a top-down
perspective.
view. Yeah. Well, no, it's not top-down though, because when the islands look top-down, but then you can just look past the islands and you
Mm.
can see the kind of pixels coming down. Like my perspective's changed in the next kind of
Hmm.
plane of vision and sort of focus. I don't know what the right word is right now, man. I'm pretty distracted. Yeah, I can see it from further away as well, but dude, that's a whole place. That is a yeah. I can see I can see the structures.
And the structures are the same, it seems like too. Like you just
No, there's a different one. There's I can see the one I saw before, but now I can see one that just looks more like a triangle.
a
I can see
triangle.
multiple triangles, almost like I'm looking at them in a distance, and they kind of look like like sawtooth. Um, but there's like behind them is different structures, and kind of like someone's laid a like buried half of a long tube in the sand, and there's all these pixels falling around that shape and kind of flowing off to the side of it. But if I, yeah, oh my God, there it is. Sorry, there is just like I can see like these characters, and they're much bigger now, and they're that one kind of looks like a star. It doesn't look like a star. It looks like a bunch of lines cross it, like intersecting to make like the symbol or the logo for a star.
Hmm.
It feels like when I look down, the edges of the space are slanting in a little bit, but at the top it feels very like flat and very uniform.
Hmm.
Oh, it's every time I say something like that, it's like I look past what I'm looking at and I can see more of it, and it looks different behind it.
Hmm.
It's pretty phenomenal, man.
Wow.
That's that's pretty phenomenal. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but that's like, phew, that doesn't seem real. You know?
Is it the sense that I'm getting is that, and I think even Danny said this actually, that like people tend to focus on the code, but it's actually more of like the place that you're seeing rather than the actual code itself that's actually more impressive.
Yeah. It feels like the code are making up the place, and if you zoom out and look at the place, it's pretty incredible. and uh, it feels very much like feels weird to say it, but it feels very much like it's man-made. Like it feels really. It feels not man-made. Sorry, it's probably the wrong word, but it does. It's not. It doesn't feel like it was organic. It feels
constructed.
Constructed. That's the better term. Thank you. Yeah. It feels very constructed. I'm going to turn it off for a sec. I am not sure. I'm not sure I want to see it again right now. I think what I just saw is probably enough for now.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels very deep. It feels very huge. Multi-layered. One layer looks like a bunch of islands floating in water, like you're looking down from a satellite. You can kind of zoom past that, and then again, there's just this layer of kind of descending pixels. And when you stare at those, or kind of stare through those pixels start to shape structures. And so, the most common structure that I saw then was like a series of pyramids that were kind of very similar heights, and there was some at different depths too. It looked like they went on for like if we're talking a video game, like I don't know, what's the biggest video game, like open world video game that's not infinite, where
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. So you're just standing at the edge of the map on a really high point looking out. It's and so it was like there was a front row of pyramids that looked like teeth, and then behind them were more, and then between them well, I don't know what was between them, but they felt deep. But while I was looking at them, behind them was this constant wall of red pixels, just billions coming down individually, and it was pretty beautiful. But then these structures would appear as well, but not necessarily where these were. They would appear somewhere else, and they were taking that kind of shape again, like two lines converging with like a tip there. But then I noticed there was so many behind that. I saw so many of these kind of shapes that did this, that did that.
Okay.
It gave me the impression that I was looking at something with wings. And these were kind of like behind these kind of weird obelisky things, where these shapes that curved out and then hooked back, like on a really sharp angle, and then
like a bat
stopped.
wing or something.
A little bit. It felt a little bit like the shape was very clear. And then when you zoomed in on that, yeah, I actually can't draw the characters I was seeing in the pixels. When you zoomed in on those shapes, they were made up of these characters. And then when I looked at those characters for a while, they got bigger. It didn't feel, I don't know if the characters got bigger. It felt like, again, I was moving closer to them, or they were moving closer to me. That was the sense I got.
One thing that I'm struggling with a little bit is the concept of these layers, because when you're not on DMT and you're in this reality, I look at anything. If I'm on a mountain, I'm overlooking a cityscape or whatever. Like I just, in a way, you kind of have this flat image that is one layer, but there's depth to it. It sounds like what you're saying is like that Photoshop analogy where there's different layers of different things, and you can. Is it the same way like when you're looking at a character and it gets closer to you, is it the same thing where like when you focus on one of the layers that it kind of like it brings you almost like you're flying in a way where you kind of like
it brings you through the layer.
It brings you through the layer. Okay.
That's right.
That helps.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I could probably film this actually. If we were gonna, I could film what I mean. If you got like 4 sheets of transparent paper or glass, and you line them up a foot behind each other, and you know, drew something on the first pane, the second pane, and the third, and you just focus from one to the next.
Yeah.
You don't change your focal length, you zoom. You just change the focus so that, and suddenly everything in that front layer kind of just vanishes.
It vanishes.
And you're only looking at the second layer.
That helps. Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's how I would explain it.
Got it.
Yeah. Except when I saw these shapes coming, these kind of code, it's like I was able to zoom in on that specific layer, that detail, and that grew in my field of vision. It kind of grew, and I saw it felt infinite, to be honest. It felt almost like if I had looked in close, it almost felt like I had the capacity to zoom in on an individual character and then just see more characters made up inside that one. That's kind of what it felt like.
Whoa.
I didn't see that. But I stopped just then because I got the distinct impression like I could fall into it. Like it felt like I was like, oh, I might be getting a bit too close to, you know when you look over a balcony and you're like, you cross a point where suddenly it feels like it's easier to fall forward than go back.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. It felt like I was on the edge of that and I didn't want to go there. And like that felt like enough for my experience today. It's not like I felt the molecule communicate with me or anything, but my body definitely was telling me, okay, that's enough today, so I'm going to leave it at that. But,
man, so you saw the code, you saw symbols.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw symbols. 100%. They were small and they were big. And I saw these, I think what's tripping me out, Justin, is this idea of the structures, because it feels like they're living in a gigantic cavern. And I just wonder if, because the only way I can relate the scope of that kind of cavern to you was using the analogy from a Tomb Raider game. And when she goes into the cavern, there's literally pyramids and obelisks and sphinxes. Is that why I saw those shapes? Because that was the only way my mind could rationalize what I was seeing. Did it create those shapes to create structure? Because I had played that game? I don't know.
So believe it or not, this episode's not over yet. We're going to talk to Danny and do a debrief in the next section here. But before we do that, I just wanted to say a special thanks to Josh for having the courage and the wherewithal to not only look at the laser, but to explain his experience with such vigor and articulation that made me understand this phenomenon way better than I did before. So if you're feeling that way, do me a favor and just drop a sweet comment down below for Josh as a thank you. If you could tell there towards the end, Josh did experience a form of ontological shock there. To see him have a little bit of anxiety and, as I said, ontological shock was uncomfortable for me. He's my buddy. I didn't want him to feel those things, but he did it for all of us. So again, special shout out to him. I digress. Here's our conversation with Danny about a week after the experiment.
Because you seem to be pretty shook when I spoke to you. And yes, there is this ontological shock, but was it... Maybe you can't know. I don't know if it's a machinery you have access to in your cognition, but do you feel that the shock was because of what it represents and like what does that mean, or do you feel the shock was more because of the sense that it gave you in real time? Or I don't know if you can even discern the difference between
Yeah,
those two.
no, that's a good question, and I've thought about that. I went and spent some time, a couple nights in the woods afterwards, because I felt like I needed to reconnect with nature, and I did feel the shock was a very much a real time thing. It was that what was surprising to me, because I haven't had this experience before, was that by the time I was sort of seeing this code, I didn't feel high anymore. I was taking these small hits, and I was fairly sober talking to Justin. I could feel just the tiniest bit of tingling in my legs and stuff, but it felt like there had opened up next to me another world, and I was just able to look into it suddenly. And that was really shocking because it felt so much more real than an experience I've had on psilocybin or something like that, where it's quite clearly a hallucination. It's quite clearly true. This did not feel obviously like a hallucination, and that was what I was quite uncomfortable with. I got a bit anxious about that actually while we were recording. I think I said to Justin, I'm like, I feel a little bit anxious, and I feel like, yeah, I don't think, as much as I mentally prepared for it, I didn't think it would be quite like it was. It didn't look like I expected, and it didn't give me the feeling I thought I might get from having that experience. Instead, it did make me feel a little insecure in myself, and a little suddenly like, someone's kicked the chair out from under you and said, huh, you thought you were sitting down safe, but there's a lot more here. And there was this feeling, Danny, that I've tried to articulate and put into words more over the last couple of days, but I'm really struggling to. It was a feeling of connection to something. And I was saying to Justin on the call that I felt like maybe it was just I was connecting to myself, but it felt like it was delayed. And so it felt like I was getting this kind of third party interference in my thoughts, almost like, not like that there wasn't a voice in my head or anything like that. It was the feeling of a presence that was almost allowing me to have that experience, which was a very unusual sensation.
A true other.
In the moment, it felt like that. In the moment, it felt really unfamiliar and really like not completely. Like it felt sort of familiar, but not me. And that part I was reflecting on quite a bit over the last week, and that part is still fairly confusing to me. I don't know. I don't know what that was, what that feeling was. It felt like me. It felt like not me. It felt like I had made a connection with something, and it was letting me use its eyes to see this thing. That's what it kind of felt like.
My question, thank you for sharing all of this. My question to you is, have you ever, because you only did DMT one at a time, right?
So I did it.
Right.
I've had DMT 3 times, but they were all within the space of 2. It was all within the space of 2 days.
No. But I mean before this, like, or was that the time you're referring to?
That's the time I'm referring to. I did 3 hits over 2 days, but only one hit was a big full hit. I did sort of.
So you never met an other.
I did.
So you never met another before. Okay.
In that first trip, I met something. And it was, yeah. I saw something in my first trip. I saw 2 things actually that were kind of not talking to me, but gave me the distinct impression like I could get closer to them. And I did, and they kind of ignored me. And then they sort of gave me the distinct impression that they were okay for me to be there. And that was the first time I had DMT, but that didn't feel the same as this.
In what way?
Well, I think the feeling was probably influenced by the visuals, because like that first experience, I was visually, I felt like I was somewhere else. You close your eyes and it feels like you're in another world, or you are in another space, and those things are there. This wasn't that. I didn't visually go somewhere else. I didn't blast off before I saw the code. I got close. I got to a point where I felt like my chair was sucking me in. like a slingshot. And I said to Justin at that point, I said, I think I'm about to blast off or something. I'm gonna like just give me a second. But I think because there were no visuals associated with this, except for what I was seeing in the laser, it felt more foreign. It didn't feel the same as it did when I had something that I could kind of connect that feeling to in the trip.
So it's the realism of it and the fact that it was happening in your space versus you going somewhere else. So it's in your
That's
home,
exactly
literally.
it.
And
That's exactly it. Yeah.
yeah,
It felt like
and
it came to me.
and did that, yeah, and that feeling that you described as the chair being kicked from under you, I've experienced that when they showed me. Like I actually thought that I was kind of, kind of just like in this state where I can just kind of accept whatever it is. So it's like if it is what it is, right? So it's like okay. But when they showed me not the laser, when they actually showed me that they are like they answered the question directly. They're like, yes, we are simulating this space, and they showed me that without a shadow of a doubt. They're just like, yep, this is all computationally simulated. I had that feeling, but I describe it as like a gut punch. It's almost like the air was knocked from like inside of your body. It was like, oh, it's like this gutting feeling of like, oh, like am I a puppet? Like what? This doesn't matter. Like things like this. Basically, that was my sense. It's like you're not as fundamental as you thought you were. Basically, that was my sense with it. And then, and then I later realized that that feeling is the beginning of growing pains. It's not really, because obviously it's not about how if you really think about it, the question of fundamentality doesn't, it's almost like we assumed it, but we're comfortable with the idea that we're not. So like you're comfortable with being rendered by the laws of physics.
Sure, exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
So why is it different to be rendered by computational rules? Well, the implication there is that somebody made you, but wait a second, but we are comfortable with God making us. And then I realize, okay, it has nothing to do, and then people can say, well, there's a distinction between the alien civilization and God, and like, I'm not so sure that's what it is. I think that there's a distance to be traveled between the theoretical and the actual. And when you finally travel it, it really hits you viscerally. Like when you don't think. Like I think that a lot of people, I'm sure that some, like full on, like complete conviction. I'm sure of it. But I bet you that most people who say I believe, well, it's in the word, right? They believe, but they don't know. I think there's a difference when you know. When you know, like it's like, oh, it's like for real. That does something else. That like, oh, I'm now, because there's no more distance to travel. This is it, right here.
Yeah.
Now what do you do with it? That's a big point that Terence McKenna used to make, which is that he used to say, people put so much emphasis on the search. So they're like they push, okay, and and what, but they never stop to consider what they would do if they find it. So they live in relationship to the search, but not the finding, which is exactly the point that I was also making to the guys in Night Shift, which is like you guys had talked so much about the disclosure. Did you ever stop and consider what it would be like the day after? Like the morning you wake up after you know? But what does that look like? What does that feel like? That's different. Yeah, and there needs to be preparation for that. And I think that feeling is probably encapsulates that kind of an emotion of just this ultimate, like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I think you sort of hit the nail on the head when you said it's you're confronting the actual, like you.
What's up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie the Blur Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is not going to be a fun one. I'm going to address what happened with DC Blackout. So DC Blackout, it may have come and gone. We had a grand opening, grand closing scenario.
Grand opening, grand closing.
That said, my advocacy and activism in the space of comics, that ain't going away. And when I say in the space of comics, I mean both mainstream, indie, and creator-owned, does not matter. I'm going to be keeping the same energy in all three of these spaces. What I'm going to say is, while the boycott may have ended, the boycott was in fact necessary. And you may agree or you may disagree, but the reality is, it was. And while the rumor making the mill is that we carried out the boycott knowing full well that there was ongoing series that were going to be announced at some point, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe towards sometime next year. I mean, honestly, all of that information that we had, none of it was verified, confirmed. It was really all hearsay. Anything could happen, anything could change. And to make it a little bit more clear, what I mean is that some of you may or may not be aware that Blade has a daughter at Marvel Comics. No, I'm not talking about Brielle Brooks, aka Bloodline. Blade was supposed to have another daughter that was announced somewhere in and around the time of like the early 2010s, and then that plan just disappeared. I also need look no further than DC's own actions regarding the Power Company last year, a thing that came and went in a very similar grand opening, grand closing situation. Yeah, it was one of those deals that they tried to make it seem like they were going to do something really big, and then ultimately, they did nothing.
So that was a fucking lie.
The Power Company is not happening, nor will it probably ever, though if it does, you're welcome. While the counter for the number of days that DC has gone without a black lead title in main continuity has reached, I think by today, the time I'm recording this video, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 1,206, maybe 1,207 by the time you see this, the reality is that it was actually worse before that. It shouldn't have to be said that it having been 1,200 plus days since the last issue of the last black lead title in main continuity was back in February 14th of 2023. If you really want to keep it a whole omnibus, we actually had longer stretches previously without black lead ongoing series in main continuity before any of us could have ever mobilized to do anything about it, because, well, for one, I think many of us were too young. The internet wasn't really a thing the way it is, and none of us had fucking platforms to do anything about it. There was a time when the counter was actually 2,956 days, and that is the time frame between the final issue of Black Lightning Volume 2, number 13, that came out back in April of 1996, give or take. I struggle with finding the actual release date for that issue because we only have the cover date to go on. But that would be a time from like roughly around maybe April of 1996 to like May 5th, 2004, when the first issue of Firestorm released. Now, I don't know if you're good at math at all, but 2,956 days is about roughly 8 years. Just a little over. And before that, it was even worse. 5,047 days have passed between the original Black Lightning series final issue of number 11, and this was on June 20th, 1978. The time between that and the release of Green Lantern Mosaic number 1, which released on April 14th of 1992. Once again, if you don't math good, that's just short, literally just like a nut hair shy of 14 years. The hard truth is that back in those times, nobody cared enough to speak up on it and stand on business in order to fight back against that. And honestly, the closest thing we ever really got to that was Milestone Media, which was once again, while published by DC Comics, was not in their main continuity. The thing I'm here to tell you is that all of y'all are grown. You can do whatever you want with your money. I made a suggestion. I didn't put a gun to anybody's head and said, do it. I just said, this is what I'm doing. Maybe you should consider the same. That was it. Do what you like. Support DC Comics. Don't support DC Comics. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're not buying comics anyway, well, guess what? You're boycotting by default. If you are buying comics, but not having any of those comics in your pull box, you're also boycotting by default. And if you are buying comics digitally, guess what? They don't track those sales, so you too are also boycotting by default. As far as I'm concerned, going forward, I'm going to keep doing like I have been doing anyway. I'm not going to like mobilize any kind of like official thing or any, thing of that magnitude. I am just going to keep doing what I have been doing the entire time, educating and raising awareness about things. And if that is something that is an issue for you,
Well, bye.
and for the people that tried to say that like DC So White and DC Blackout were cutting black indie comics out, I want to make something very clear, and maybe I'll add in some clips to kind of show when these things, clearly did not occur. But, people saying that, oh, the people who are supporting DC So White and DC Blackout, they're forgetting about black indie comics. Well, that tells me you never actually engaged with my content whenever I did talk about DC So White or DC Blackout. In every instance, I said, yes, I'm going to actually have a list of black indie titles in the description for this video that you can go support because I support them. So now, so can you. Let's walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. I'll also leave some links to some black indie titles that you should spend your money on rather than spending them on DC Comics. I'm going to put all that down there in the description, and go do what you do with that. Go buy some indie books. Go buy some black indie books. Go buy black indie comics. Now, you may have missed that part because you were so angry about a thing that I said earlier in the video, but the reality is those messages are, still in those videos. Not only that, I have a whole playlist that's literally full of the black indie creators who I have platformed on my channel since the start of me ever doing any of this. If my support of black indie comics is unclear to anybody, you can't be helped. One thing that you guys will also never take away from me, my detractors, my haters, whoever, one thing you're not going to take away from me is that I was of service, because I didn't do any of this for clout. Anyone who said that I did, I don't know what you think this was for, but I have been pretty vocal, both publicly and privately, that I was not going to be loved for anything that we were doing. I even told people within our movement not to expect anybody to cheer us on if we get anything out of this. I would say the most that I would expect is that maybe some people would be happy with us, but by and large, even people who were happy with what they got would probably still fucking hate us. And if anything, DC would hate us. Not publicly, but privately, we would be blackballed. And I knew that going into this as an indie comics creator. So I know for a fact I will never get a job at DC Comics. And honestly, don't fucking want one anyway. You can't take something away from me that I never asked for. So once again, none of this was for clout. I think the most I ever said is that to all the ungrateful people, should we be successful in this movement, I would just simply say to them, you're welcome. That's not clout. That's just me being honest about the situation. If anything, boycotting a publisher won me plenty of enemies, and maybe even turned some friends into enemies, or at the very least, I won't say rivals, because that's not really a good word for it, but it definitely created some tension between me and some people, because there were people who felt betrayed. And to them, I say that I apologize, I am sorry, and there was no harm meant. But the reality is, when you perform activism, there is no such thing as a half boycott. And that was something that I had to learn during this process. When I initially started my boycott, what did I tell y'all? I said, I am not buying any titles from DC Comics that don't have any black characters in them. That's just my choice now. If this is a title that either A, does not center a black character, or B, doesn't have anyone black on the creative team, I'm not buying the book. Plain and simple. That includes absolute titles. And then I was told that that was a half measure. That's not really how a boycott works. So yes, I'm sorry that I hurt anyone who got caught in the crossfire of that, any black creatives at DC. There's no ill will that I personally intended towards you. But a boycott is exactly that. And I'm sorry, but a half boycott is a worthless boycott. And I think any activist would tell you that. Now, I know it hurts to see people you felt that either you trusted or liked or whatever went down that path. But was there another option? Because just being quiet and buying books wasn't changing anything. You gotta make noise. And the only thing DC Comics understands is hitting their pockets. That's it. So again, I apologize. I mean that. I am truly sorry for anyone who was hurt by this. There was no other option to ensure that the things that we were trying to make happen actually happened. Because if we would have let up, if we would have said,
you know what, this DC so white, let's just let it go and just see what they do. Let's see what happens.
They could just as easily walk back all that shit tomorrow and say, you know what? Nah, we changed our mind. They let up off of us. They took their foot off our neck, so we're just going to go back to doing what we've been doing. That's what they could have done. Easily. So yes, it had to be done. And for that, having to take that drastic of a measure, I'm sorry. Knowing I would gain nothing but enemies from this, but in service of trying to make a change, a positive change, I knew what the risks were, and I did it anyway. I knew touching the hot stove, I was gonna get burned. And honestly, I would do it again. I would probably do some things a little bit differently. I would probably not associate with certain people in doing what I did, but I still would have done it. That's just me. That's the socialist in me. Yeah, for those that don't know my politics. Like, I'm on some Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton type shit. All day, every day. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like some people just simply did not actually read or engage with the Dakota incident, because there's literally a page that kind of talks about this very same thing. There's literally a part where Black Lightning, literally while talking to Static and Rocket, says, to be frank, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to give you the reassurance that everything is going to be all right. But progress isn't made by standing still. And when Static says, so what are we supposed to do? Black Lightning simply responds, as a mentor and a friend, I urge you to be careful, to think about your loved ones and those you've sworn to keep safe. But as a father and a black man afraid to see history repeat itself, I say do what you gotta do. And much like with the Dakota incident, we were basically put in a position where we had to let it go. And I won't say much more than that. We were literally put in a very similar situation as an Icon, a Rocket, a Hardware, a Static. We were basically told to stop. So while we're ending this, it's not because we want to. Do with that information what you will. The bottom line is this. I learned a lot about what was possible. We started this movement, and, while there were detractors, I did learn, after we ended the boycott, that we actually had way more supporters than we had detractors. Yeah, the internet was very loud, but the people who actually mattered, not the people who A, weren't buying comics anyway, B, were just listening to people explain comics to them online and read them to them, like basically spoiling comics so they don't have to buy any. Let me tell you right now, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people who walk into a LCS and pick up comics, who, if they don't have an LCS, they order their comics online and have them shipped to their home. Or the people who create comics, whether it's at the big two or in the indie and creator-owned sector. I'm talking about those people. Lots of those people came to me and others within the movement and said, you guys were right. And one day, people will understand that. It won't be today, but one day they will understand. And I don't care if that one day ever comes, honestly. But it let me know what was possible. It let me know that we set up a change.org that is still active right now. And I think it has at this particular point, over 3,500 signatures on it. So that let me know there were people who rocked with us. There were also people overseas, not even in the United States, who were co-signing the movement. So it lets me know what's possible. So I'm going to continue to raise awareness. I'm going to continue to do all the things I've already been doing. Will they be organized? No, probably not, because honestly, you can lead horses to water, but be damned if you can make the some bitches drink. You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna try. Rather than throw it all away, I'm just gonna double down and focus on my efforts. I am not just a black comic commentator, I am also a black indie comic creator. I literally have an issue of a comic that I never really talked about very much while we were doing this whole thing. I promoted other people's shit. Yeah, if someone brought it up to me, I would talk about it, but I never said, hey, don't go buy DC Comics, come buy my black indie comic. I mean, yeah, you can. It's a thing you could do. And I mean, I'd be a terrible fucking creator if I didn't talk about my book at least a little bit, but there was never a
buy my book instead. Buy my book instead. Yeah, come buy this book instead.
It was never like that. Just saying. Honestly, I'm probably the worst at promoting my book than most indie creators. But I'm going to change that. I'm going to talk about my book a lot more often. I'm going to talk about my second book even more often. And I'm even thinking about letting you all get in on the process of watching me create my third comic. We'll see how that plays out. Who knows? Maybe. I'm going to keep supporting indie comics. I'm going to keep supporting black indie comics. I'm going to keep supporting creator-owned comics. I'm going to keep raising awareness about the industry, its history, the good things, the bad things. I'm also going to call out sus people and sick Negroes the way I have been doing for the past 9 going on 10 years now, which is scary to think about. As for the people who publicly call my character into question, am I going to address them? Am I going to air them out? No. I'm gonna do the same thing that I've done every time sick Negroes and people who are on that bullshit and that tap dancing fuckery. I'm gonna say the same thing to them that I say to everybody else when that type of thing comes up.
Who?
I have said all I'm going to say on the matter. I'll not be talking about any of this again. If people have questions, I feel like I answered everything right here. I will let the noise that is being made be exactly that, noise, and I'm going to continue to do what I always do. Anyway, I'm gonna go draw a cover for another black indie comic, because I don't support those. I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.
Just drive impact. Do it. Do it. See? Do it. Oh, I thought you was teabagging. I was like, oh my god, the white claw got you that confident. I know they're about the bold and stronger flavors, but I didn't think you got a teabag too.
That's how you instill fear in them. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, everybody? This is Justin Wong. We're back with some Street Fighter 6, and we are gaming with the homies. Big shout outs to White Claw for giving us the opportunity to game with the homies. You obviously saw with me, Yipes, and JM Croft, but this time we are going to be gaming with Miss Sherry Jennings, and we're going to be pretty much coaching each other, watching each other's matches when it comes to Street Fighter 6, and empower each other.
I mean, that's because you started with me, Justin. So
I did start. You started it. She was like, oh, Justin's not technically savvy. But you started it. Gaming with the homies is super cool. So shout out to White Claw for doing that. They're going to be at EVO having their own booth, and they're going to have a lot of different gaming events there. They're going to run tournaments for mystery fighting game tournaments and board games, 15K in prizes, and every winner will get a Nacon Daija / White Claw Surge joystick. And the crazy part about it is you can also try out their products at the White Claw booth. Make sure you bring your ID 21 and over. These bad boys are 8% alcohol by volume compared to the regular White Claw seltzers. So make sure you guys check it out. I got Blood Orange, is my favorite. They also have other flavors like natural lime, cranberry, right, and blackberry. And I just realized that they have other flavors as well too, like Yipes had peach, green apple, strawberry. And I saw there was a pineapple one. I need to find that. But if you guys want to see the action, you guys already know what to do. Hit the like, share, subscribe, turn the bell's notification, and big shout outs to White Claw Surge for, empowering us with gaming with the homies. And other than that, enjoy the video. Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Sherry?
You guys are streaming already, right?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now.
I'm scared. I'm about to click start streaming.
Just gotta turn live. You play games at home, you might as well turn on the stream. People let people hear the rage, because that's what Street Fighter 6 does to you. With a couple of White Claw surges, it got your back. It cools the rage down. What is up, Yipes? Are you there?
100%, man. Yeah. And of course, the alcohol level's 8%, man. Pretty good to calm down that salt when you want to just chill with your homies, man. Favorite flavor for me as of late has been the black cherry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard you're setting some stuff up right now.
I set some stuff up. I don't Grand Totokai's in here. I don't know why Nightbot deleted your comment of you just asking whether or not I stream.
Oh,
it's been 4 years.
You might have the sensitivity on Nightbot a little bit too high or something. You might have to lower that.
This is what happens when you don't stream for a really long time. You come back. It's like Street Fighter. You can't just leave for a long time.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. White Claw got your back, man. They're bold. They're strong. Yeah, like I've said, 8%, right? Alcohol by volume. You figure it out. I'm gonna start off the first game. How about that? I'm gonna play. Where's Viper?
I like that. You got these super jump cancels up for low forwards. Let me see. You don't need it because of your cross strong buff.
I got it.
Okay.
You just did the jump. You didn't do anything.
No, because I wanted to get out the corner. I was in the corner. Oh no.
Damn. Hold up.
Hold on. It's been a while since I played Viper. Last time I played Viper was with Sherry.
DP9.
True.
Got those.
See, that's how I know you be capping, Justin. You definitely played after you played with me.
Oh, I did. I made a video.
Nice technical. I love that.
Hold on.
I see you.
I want to get the stand light kick. What?
Into what? Into EX bird kick?
No, I want to do stand light kick, the medium punch knuckle, right? That works, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then
confirm. As a whip punish, you can do stand short, EX bird kick into level 3.
Wait, I'm not plus there?
No, you're -2, I believe.
Now we just traded. Maybe I should have low jab.
Yeah, Mr. Postman. Yeah, get in there, huh? +1. Of course, he'll check from back there. He looking like me.
All right, you know what's crazy? So every time I do super jump burn kick after Seismo, I keep doing the backwards motion, and the backwards motion burn kick still comes out. So when I'm on the ground, I do the same thing because I'm in my head. I'm like, oh, I just did Tatsu, but it's fireball.
Yes. What you got? Okay.
You fighting the diamond folk? I can see you. Let me see. Fully charge that. Come on, baby. Ew!
Oh. Oh, okay. My bad.
EX focus attack, baby. Hold it.
My bad. I have never done the stun combo with her.
Yeah. That's your stopper. That's to bait them from trying to check your drive rush.
Money.
That was terrible.
It's alright. No, we're taking. No, that was optimal, Jay.
That I mean, it's good for someone that doesn't play Viper. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's not bad. I do like the Fierce Ring Fierces.
All right.
We got all types of flavors, baby. Blackberry, cranberry, blood orange. Oh, the lime, pineapple. Lord have mercy.
Lime
All of your-
pineapple sounds OD.
Lime and pineapple. Excuse me, not
Lime
lime,
and
pineapple.
pineapple. How do you mix it? You get 60%.
That could be a ring.
Yeah, Justin, sorry, you're getting kind of smoked right now. I didn't.
No,
I
no,
was
my
paying attention.
that
I was
was-
paying attention to the White Claw.
no. Pay attention to the White Claw. Don't worry about me.
I.
Dollars.
That's a greenback.
The greenbacks. What color are they?
Hey, Justin.
Come on now. Don't play with me. You see that? Okay, yeah. Who's next?
It ain't gonna look. It ain't gonna look as difficult.
Oh, I was looking at the. Oh, it says White Claw, sir.
You like that? You like that?
The 1702. Okay. Yeah, you see.
You had 1700 MR already. Okay,
My,
yipes.
my man DJ definitely be drinking some Surge, that's for sure. He trying to get a can right now. Okay, I like that.
I see.
Ooh,
I see the pressure.
Yeah, any
Okay.
burnout. Just drive impact, Yipes. There you go. Just do it again. No, just do it again, bro.
Do it again?
Just do it
I got you,
again.
Justin.
Come on,
I got you,
man.
Justin.
Sometimes you just have a feeling and it's just like that. He's not ready. No worry. Next hit you got a level 3 though, so you good. Oh yo, why he's mashing that Spar Fierce OD with DJ?
There we go. Oh,
Oh, press the wrong button.
we got it. We got it.
Okay, Yipes,
Like
let's go.
that?
Yeah. That was good.
You yipes.
It's for the White Claw Surge, baby.
That was the
I'm
White
feeling
Claw
the wave,
Surge.
The tidal wave's coming. Yeah,
up
hot
to-
seat, Sherry.
It's up to you,
No
Sherry.
more.
I'm on your screen now. Oh, you're not even ready. You're not even in training mode. You was in the main menu. Ooh. Oh,
That is overhead, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta focus.
Get the lead. Don't be scared. Just throw them bad boys out.
Nah, I see what she's doing. There we go. Save your bar. Respect that.
Says Seismo.
Like that.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Let's go. Tap the parry. No. You are dead.
Nah, it ain't over. It's 2 out of 3.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely 2 out of 3. This game, you're dead, though. Yeah.
Nah, I seen Xiao Hai do it, bro, consistently, bro.
Like from that
It's
range?
just like you Chinese, bro. It's over. It's gonna work for you.
Oh, no. Yeah, nice. Here we go. Yes.
boss.
Get that turn. Okay. Overhead. Just drive impact. Do it. See?
Yeah.
Do it. Oh, I thought you was teabagging. I was like, oh my god, the White Claw got you that confident. I know they're about the bold and stronger flavors, but I didn't think you got a teabag too.
That's how you instill fear in them. You know what I'm saying?
The teabag? Oh man. I think he's.
crazy. He would've done
Oh,
me.
he was mad. You teabagged him.
It was me buffering my level 3.
Nah, you teabagged him.
Bro, I will like this.
Nah, yeah, exactly. Look at that. You would do the jitter. You did it mad slow. Like.
So like that's what I said. Either or, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Nixon sick. That's all.
That's a decision, Sherry.
That's a decision?
That's a decision because that means you have to win now. Yeah,
Yeah, I have to make a decision right now.
Don't worry, just drive. Just drive impact. Why not?
Like that.
Just drive impact.
That was kind of spaced. That was spaced out. That was pretty good.
Oh no, he got level 3.
Don't die.
Oh, you are. He got level 3.
Sad.
It's okay.
Yo, Sherry.
Played Akuma.
I don't.
Bison.
I don't remember you playing Akuma. I remember you talked about it, but I don't think I ever seen you play Akuma.
Oh. Yeah. Comfortable. You got a round of applause for that.
We got sound bites.
Hold on, one more time.
My turn.
All right, so we're back. We're back to Justin's stream.
Yeah, my turn.
We are all doing 2 out of 3s on ranked, and then the 2 players that aren't playing will be coaching the player that is playing. "Quote unquote" coaching. We're just talking some shit right now.
Go ahead, Jay. What you was gonna say?
Oh no, I was about to say y'all Yipes is coaching me. Sherry just smack talking me. That's what she doing.
I mean, that's because you started with me, Justin. So
I did start. You started it. She was like, "Oh, you know, Justin's not technically savvy." That you started it.
First of all, I'll talk about beginning of the stream, okay? When you were doing these combos, and you're like, "Yeah, Sherry don't got these combos because she don't got."
Nope,
execution."
you started. You started with me
There's no
first.
reason.
You started with me first. Check the VOD. Check the VOD.
Hey, but that's not like a disrespect.
Nah, it is. It is.
Justin.
Nah, it is. It is. You should realize I got those.
Oh.
And I like when Akuma. Oh, nice. Okay, Jay. Okay.
Oh, you know what it is?
Gotta do Project Strong level 2.
I forgot what was the level 2 direction.
Yo, I swear, I bet you he plays 1,000 times better, right? But because he sees the name,
Oh no!
he's real nervous.
Oh, there it is. He said time to clock out.
Said,
Eh.
"What's that?"
You see how she be staring?
Whoever this guy is, he went to your stream right now, Justin.
You think so? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do get people be like, "Yo, you know, first time chat, GG's, man. I just played you." Uh-oh. I see the technical error. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god, that's not me. That's all I know.
You see that red bar, the yellow bar? Oh, it's going up. It's going back up.
Alright, we're getting your meter back for you.
It said hold start to vote for a no contest ruling.
So, nah.
What?
Random.
That was a misinput.
Next hit, I'm gonna do it. Next hit.
You don't even think about that.
Nice. I like that little string.
Oh, the stand go.
Yeah.
Jab go low.
Stand jab go low. That's nice. Ooh, Viper games be going quick. You know what it is? You gotta accept Wi-Fi players. That's Viper.
What?
Magus
Magus.
Moon.
That's a Magus.
Magus Moon.
That's Magus Moon.
That sounds like an Andre ass name.
Nice. That's a far-reaching string on that. Get off of me.
Don't worry, Sherry. You got all the bar. You
Yep.
attack the drive gauge before he gets it back.
What do I do? What do I do?
Oh, there you go.
That's good.
Shimmy. Oh,
Nice. Oh, next hit. He gonna drive reverse watch. Oh, even better.
there we go. Shimmy. Yep.
That's no shimmy. That's no shimmy.
He was definitely mashing throw mad early. You were so far away, but we take it.
All right, you ain't dead.
Oh,
I
that.
agree with you if you was dead.
No, burnout.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Justin?
No, like you. What do you mean? He was close to burnout. I wanted you to burn him out. That's what that means. Because
I did.
because you know, Sherry, when you're playing, I notice sometimes you don't look at the opponent's drive gauge, so like you don't attack the burnout bar.
I see it, but I feel like they know I might get a little desperate for the burnout. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, sometimes you gotta test it. Ooh,
I don't even think he knows. I think he did the roundhouse one.
Oh, I missed it again.
missed the feint.
Crazy. Take those.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to crosscut there. Nice.
Oh,
All right, Sherry, watch out for your drive gauge. Never mind. This round is over. This round might be over. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, but he's +2.
+2. That's +2.
yep.
One hit, one. Oh, that's it. Level 3. Nice.
Oh, he's a mid-screen techer. Yo, sometimes you gotta get decked the first time on a tech mid-screen in order for you to wake up. That's me.
No, that's why we were just like, how many times is he gonna tech mid-screen?
He teched since the first round. Man, I don't like the whole pressing start thing to confirm a match. You know?
Why?
Why?
I don't know. Because I just want to just go in there like a White Claw surge. You know? I'm surging to play.
Just going in, you're surging.
Yeah, I'm surging to play.
It is. Watch right here, right here.
I'm just waiting for the Superman punch.
Okay.
You ready to DP that?
Yeah, it's mad slow.
Poke her down. Okay. You'll be ready for the next one, Justin. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Man, slow down, waiting for this one interaction.
I know.
We out. It's nothing. Them jabs don't reach. There you go. You don't.
Oh, I did it again.
No real punish. You got another.
I keep doing burn kick the other way. That's why.
Yeah, but for that. Watch. He gonna get hit. Oh, even.
Okay,
I had to. What do you mean? I didn't throw it. I reacted to that.
He did.
you reacted to that.
Oh, I heard you threw. I heard. Yo, we just gonna throw it out. That's what I heard. I was like, damn, you telling me I threw that level 3 out?
Oh, don't worry, we can expose you, Jay. I'll go check the inputs later in this match.
Oh, so it's Jax who don't believe you.
No, I believe him. I'm just saying, in case he is lying.
Oh no, I reacted. I had to. In my head, I was like, I gotta make up for the ones I didn't DP.
Feeling kind of stuck there when you're trying to walk back, huh? That's that Marisa vibe. Wait. Oh, this guy's
Gladius.
Oh!
I see you, Justin. I see you.
Wow! Oh my god!
Oh my god, he didn't finish it.
I don't know if Justin's as big of a Sea Viper fan as me and Yikes, but
No, I think she's cool.
Yeah, he said that. He said that with his whole chest. He said, "No." In neutral burnout.
Oh no, we lost. We might have lost.
Justin, you got this. You got this. You got critical art. All right, it starts.
Nice.
One more throw. Oh, you done.
Their first try? He could have taken one more throw at least.
No, he didn't want to.
He could have taken at least one more throw. You think he's gonna wake up level 1 again? Come on, bro.
He ain't taking 2 in a row. So I got 2, Laurie. Yes, it works. What's going on, y'all? Asian boy, I see you.
Oh no.
Maybe you do need to hold the button, Justin.
No. I don't want to hold the button. That's lame.
You're good. Damn, he can actually kill you. If he starts with a strong, game over. Ooh! Game over for you,
have the chance to.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a level 3. I was buffering. I was like, oh, where's the random special move? We take those. Oh, you try to go for the shimmy?
I did.
Yeah, that was a
I didn't
punish?
see-
You got these? Let me see.
No, he don't got it. He don't got it. One hit away from Sherry. One hit away, Sherry.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Level 3? Yeah, there we go. That does so much damage. God damn. That was good reaction on your part.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit.
Yeah, that was good reaction on your part. You're like, uh-oh. Hit Seismo, hit the burn kick, hit the OD burn kick.
Yo, look at us gaming. Look at us.
Look at us.
We love a game.
Shout outs to White Claw for making all this happen.
That's so annoying.
Because you try to whip punish, get the punish counter sweep.
Yeah.
Ed's buttons recover pretty fast.
So
You gotta be
much
so
wind.
you gotta be so ready on that. Don't worry. One back throw is all you need.
Seriously. Okay.
No, that one's tough because at that point he was not willing to press any big buttons. Yep, there we go. We good.
This guy's patient.
Nice.
What do I do?
Don't worry, just Seismo. Just do
Kill
Seismo.
him!
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Sherry. Get in there. Yeah, plus frames.
Yeah.
See, he's the type to stay stationary. He loves plus frames. He got to eat these.
Hold on, chill out, Sherry. Ooh, there we go. You said play the patient game.
All right. Okay.
That was good.
Not anymore, but you're still good. There
Nice.
we go. Okay.
Bruh.
Damn.
Stealing turn. Her size will go full screen justice. Okay.
That's you win.
Tell me you don't know this matchup.
No, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna do Sonic Boom.
I made just an 8 man jump fist.
Bro, look how he playing.
He's aggressive. This is aggressive guy. Oh, he ashy. It's over. He gonna wake up with a
It's
super.
over
You
for
know
him.
he is.
It's over for him. There we go.
Of course. What a guy.
Damn, he was so desperate. He was so desperate.
Yo, why I feel like I'm gonna deal with this matchup next? I would have knocked that either. I bumped into a couple of reviews.